Veritas Classical Academy, in its design, is meant to create a whole human being. There are a lot of families and children that are looking for a school of this type to help create a whole person. And what I mean by that is strong academics with character development to create a person that's extremely successful at the end of their K-12 years. So no matter what they choose to do, whether it's trades or college, they have the skills and the mindset to be a good employer, team worker, leader, to be successful in any endeavor that they choose to have.
Classical education offers students the opportunity to grow in their wonder for the world around them. It offers them an opportunity for deep study into areas that may not have deep study in other curriculum. It forms a sense of wholeness and purpose within the student that I have not seen in schools other than classical schools I've been a part of.
What people are looking for today is an educational model where kids can learn. They can know information, they can understand information. So eventually they can decide critical issues for themselves later on.
Children are going to benefit from the classical curriculum. It's based in logic, it's based in facts, and then kids build from there to take on a better understanding of the world around them.
The way we summarize it is, in order to think critically about information, you have to understand information. And to understand information, you have to know the information.
There's a progression to the classical curriculum where our elementary school students will learn the facts.
Continents and oceans, world religions, geography, Tigris, Euphrates River, abolitionists, Rosa Parks. We're trying to give them knowledge that later on they can then understand. And when they get to the middle school years, what happens is the kids try to sort out that information, make sense of it.
And then in high school, they take their logic that they learned in middle school to build their own arguments and their own way of phrasing things.
The educational model at Veritas will allow each student and family to accomplish the educational objectives and the goals of their family, no matter what that may be. It could be a trade school, it could be UW Stout, it could be Harvard, it could be Stanford, it could be a school overseas. That is what Veritas will do for this community.
Families in this area are looking for another option or another opportunity for education for their kids.
I think as parents, we think long and hard about how do we nurture our children. It is important to offer something that could potentially be an extension of the home.
Our children spend more time with their teachers and their peers in their classroom than they do with us for a certain number of years, right? So this should not be taken for granted. It's something that's very important and could really shape your child in a very prepared and successful way.
Classical education in particular seems to be a great way to push kids to reach their potential and naturally harbor a thirst for learning and incorporate aspects of mental health that are really important with what we're seeing here today.
There's a need for a lot more structure and a lot more consistency for higher academic standards. I'm also a big believer in the importance of establishing good learning environments.
An opportunity to have a public school with this type of education and this availability to everybody and give them the opportunity to have something different is a big deal.
You want to set your kids up for success. So I think bringing Veritas and a classical education school to the Chippewa Valley is critical to the long-term success of Eau Claire and the surrounding communities.
Veritas Classical Academy will be funded by the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, just like any other public school in the state of Wisconsin.
The public schools are paid based on the number of students in their building, and nothing changes that. The amount that they are paid per student stays the same regardless of what other options are in the community.
With the public charter school, the allocation of dollars is allocated to the child and not the system.
If you have 200 kids in a school, they receive money from the state of Wisconsin for those 200 kids, but it doesn't take anything away from the 10,000 kids that are in the Eau Claire public school system.
Once they've been in the classical education, they're more thoughtful, they're very good communicators. They just have a broader outlook, maybe a broader worldview really, as far as how things are connected. And just quite honestly, I mean, they're surrounded by some really good people, and a lot of what you become is who you associate yourself with to a certain degree. And I've been nothing but impressed.
It's the love of learning, the lifelong learning in this classical education. It's awesome.
The depth of what they learn about being a good human, a good citizen, how to live a good life, besides the awesome education that they received, I've never seen any transformation like it. It's absolutely amazing.
I've had the privilege of visiting some classical K-12 schools and seeing the kids in those schools, the way they interact with each other, the way that they comport themselves in the classroom, the way that they speak respectfully to their teachers, their classmates. All of that is just icing on top of they have a thirst for knowledge, and they know things. They know how to do things, and they seem just really well equipped to be able to confront whatever life throws their way.
It's exciting to me that we get to do this in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. We have the privilege to bring something really special and really transcends time. This is a gift to our children that really keeps on perpetuating. It makes me feel good that in a way we would be changing society.
To see what our daughters have grown into after having this classical education is so beautiful. And it's not just our children. They're all so genuine and so amazing. I wish the whole country could be educated through this, because there would be a lot less problems in the world. And to bring that to this Chippewa Valley, where we have grown up and been a part of, it's a dream come true.
I really want them to be able to find their thing in life. Opening a classical charter school is going to give them the best shot at finding fulfillment in their life at large. That's my goal as a parent. I want to help them find that.
We want people to have that opportunity, and we've just grown so much learning about Hillsdale and the classical education system, and it has benefited our family, and we want others to have what we've had.
There are a lot of options out there, and you want to make sure that that option is going to help you with your child so that they can be the best version of themselves, not just during academic years, but also afterwards. When you're looking for a school that will serve your child, you have to keep fighting, and you have to always be an advocate for your kid. I kept fighting because my child was worth it, and so is everyone else's.